should be there. All right, I believe we're live. Welcome to Gamcast for, goodness, already Wednesday evening. We're here to talk about the Supreme Court argument today on Tennessee's law banning sex changes for children. Very important distinction there. Folks, this case today discusses whether or not the Tennessee law that bans sex changes, hormones, and puberty blockers for kids violates the so-called Equal Protection Clause of the United States Constitution. So basically, in a nutshell, this is very simple analysis here under the Constitution for those who have been trained in the laws as I have. First and foremost, the state has the police power. That gives them the power to regulate pretty much everything. Surgeries for children, surgeries for adults, so that's where abortion would come in, etc. Unless there's some constitutional overriding right that it would conflict with. And of course, the left is out there freaking out. Here's the folks at Vox. The horrifying implication of today's Supreme Court arguments on trans rights. The court appears likely to uphold bans on gender-affirming care. Well, no, gender-affirming care, whatever that is, for children. You think you maybe left an important part out there? And may gut the rules barring all forms of sex discrimination in the process. Well, it's not sex discrimination. If it were, ding, 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 then they'd have a problem. Why would they have a problem if it truly were sex discrimination? Well, here you go, folks. The 14th Amendment, Section 1, one of the most important amendments in the Constitution, a Civil War amendment, as we all know, 13th, 14th, 15th were Civil War, post-Civil War amendments. And the 14th is important for many reasons, one of which I'm about to tell you. The first four, before I do that, it made the Constitution apply to the states. Before the Civil War and the 14th Amendment, Constitution didn't apply. Only applied to the United States. 14th Amendment makes it apply to the states. Why? Because it says in here, nor may state deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. What does that mean? That means you cannot discriminate on race, sex, national origin, and religion. A lot of people have tried to pigeonhole a few other things in there. So far, they haven't been able to do it. Today, Ketanji Brown Jackson tried to say it was just like racism. Take a listen.
It starts off by saying that Virginia is now one of 16 states which prohibit and punish marriages on the basis of racial classifications. And when you look at the structure of that law, it looks in terms of you can't do something that is inconsistent with your own characteristics. It's sort of the same thing. So
okay, she's a mental midget. It is wanting to ban or change your gender when you're a minor has nothing to do with being a black citizen or a white citizen, one way or somebody of another race, Indian, what have you. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Samuel Alito hit it on the nail on the head today. Here's the question of the person defending the law. Take a listen.
As female, identify as male, but later come to identify as female? Are there not such people?
There are such people. I agree with that, Justice.
So it's not an immutable characteristic, is it?
Exactamundo. It's not an immutable characteristic. It's not like race. It's not like your gender. It's not like your national origin. So they're going to lose, and they need to calm down about this. This is very simple, especially since we're talking about children. If we were talking about adults, I think it'd be the same analysis, but at least it'd be a reasonable question. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do, you will see me on the next one.